I promised you guys I was going to do my list videos for 2019, and I'm going to start with the worst one. This is the worst films of 2019. Let's talk about these horrible, horrible movies. Then, I never want to talk about them again, ever. What is going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. This is my top 10 worst films of the year 2019. Now, I'm going to be honest. I thought 2019 was a great year in film, one of the best years and strongest years in film that we've had in a very long time, as far as I can remember. But there are always those films that are horrible and crap. And so I'm going to talk about the crap films of 2019. I'm going to have a couple of dishonorable mentions just to kind of throw out there. The first one is going to be In the Tall Grass. This is a Netflix film. And the reason why I'm throwing this in there in dishonorable mentions is because what is the purpose of this movie? I don't know. There is no plot. This movie just literally throws every idea that it can at the wall because this movie has no rules. There's zero rules in this film. That's why it's a dishonorable mention. I mean, luckily it's not the crappiest thing, but man, is that not a very good movie. The next dishonorable mention, The Curse of La Llorona. My Sharona. This is a movie that was jump scare galore, and you saw it coming around the corner every single moment. There's one cool scene in the entire film that was memorable, and that was the umbrella by the pool scene. That was pretty sweet. The rest of the film sucked. Hated it. Awful theater experience that movie was because I thought my eardrums were actually going to bleed. That's how loud the screaming was in this film. And my last dishonorable mention is The Kid. I kind of forgot that this movie came out. I forgot that I even saw this movie. This movie was dry, pretty boring, not very exciting at all from what I remember, and honestly it's super forgettable. Like, I can't even tell you really a lot about it because I don't remember it that well. But anyway, let's get into the top 10, starting off with number 10, Velvet Buzzsaw. Yeah, remember this was a thing? Remember? Does anybody remember this movie? Because I do. This movie came out in like February or January of last year, or probably around like this time, and I saw the trailer and I was like, man, this looks cool. It could be very promising. You have Toni Collette, you have Jake Gyllenhaal. I was so into this. And the movie is horrible. It's crap. The movie tries to think it's smarter than what it actually is. It tries to be artsy, but it fails in every attempt. The horror doesn't work at all because it's not very scary. And the movie to me just feels like a low budget B-rated film in every single way that just has a couple of top-notch actors that just like for pity decided to do this movie. I don't know why they decided to do it, but it's a horrible Netflix film. We've had some good ones this year, but this one is definitely one of the worst. Number 9, another Netflix film. I hate that I have to put this at number 9, but Between Two Ferns, the movie. I know a lot of people probably disagree with me. A lot of people like this movie. I didn't. I thought it was not funny at all. It was very stupid in every way. It was a type of film that like I wanted to love because I do love the interviews that they've had in the past, whether it's, you know, Zach Galifianakis with Barack Obama. And I love the whole interviewee type of thing, but it doesn't work in this setting as trying to build a movie around it. And it really felt like the interviews were the thing that were captivating and fun and funny, but then they tried to build a story around it, which did not work at all. And so you need to have a good narrative, and this movie doesn't, and it falls flat in my opinion. Number 8. Oh, 47 Meters Down Uncaged. Sylvester Stallone's daughter. Man, is she horrible at acting. Hated this movie. It's so cheesy. It is ridiculous. It's stupid. It's not scary. And the CGI looks horrendous. I have no idea the company who did the CGI, but amazing. Worst CGI I've seen all year. Oh, gosh. That CGI, it looked like a Sharknado movie. Was this on the Sci-Fi Channel? What is this? Number 7. Disney Plus movie, Noelle. Oh, gosh. If this movie doesn't scream that women can be equal, then I don't know what does. And I'll say this. Women should be equal. I'm not trying to denote that fact. The reason why I'm saying that this movie is so oblivious to that statement is because it felt like this entire movie was a message. There's no substance. The movie is cheesy. It's dumb, nonsensical. And the CGI, again, up there with 47 Meters Down Uncaged, man. This movie should be nominated for Best Visual Effects at the Oscars. I mean, it should, right? This is a movie that, why does it exist? Oh, because Santa's afraid of being Santa. so his sister becomes Santa. Number 6. Another Netflix film. I feel like it's just all the streaming service movies. Like, I've seen all of the crappy ones this year. What the heck is wrong with me? Number 6 is Polar. I don't remember this movie either. I saw this movie like at the beginning of last year. What I can remember from this movie, it's ultra violent. The color correction in this movie is very odd and weird. And I know that they're trying to go with a stylistic approach, but it doesn't work. It doesn't work. Mads Mikkelsen's cool. You can tell that the dude's old. It's very apparent that they really try making him a lot stronger, a lot more menacing than he actually is as a character. The villain is one of the worst. He's such a wuss bag. I hated this movie, and let's just forget it even exists. Number 5, The Prodigy. Man, all these movies are like movies I don't remember that well. A movie about a scary kid. The movie makes zero sense. The plot, you could kind of just throw it out the window. The horror aspects are so on the nose. This movie tries to be serious, but it's really silly how over the top they go in certain moments in this film, especially with this character Miles. Great young actor, but I just didn't like this movie at all. It was boring, and I found myself really just excited to go home. I've seen paint drying on a wall be more entertaining. Number 4, Hellboy. This movie is horrible. I'm sorry, I hate saying that. I wish it was a better film. Some of the action sequences are cool. There's a lot of violence, which is pretty cool in some moments. But oh man, this movie has terrible dialogue, terrible character decisions, and I just, again, didn't really care for it at all. I thought that the movie was just a mess editing-wise. I thought the story was all over the place. And I honestly think that Hellboy is just kind of better left alone at this point, because I thought Guillermo del Toro's movies, although they're not perfect and they're not amazing or great, they're probably the best adaptations you could do with this story at the moment. Number 3, Last Christmas. I knew this movie was going to be bad from the moment I saw the trailer, but I went and saw it anyway. Why? I don't know, because I'm stupid. Emilia Clarke. I love her in Game of Thrones. She'll forever be Daenerys Targaryen in my opinion, but outside of that I haven't seen anything that has really amazed me with her from an acting standpoint. I think she really chooses odd scripts and really weird things to do. Henry Golding I thought was pretty good in this movie, but they don't give him enough to chew on. The twist in this movie is so stupid. The fact that it makes so much sense, but you base off this entire movie, you base it off of a song. Why? Just stop doing that. Stop doing it. And the movie is horribly awkward. I don't remember a film being as awkward as this one in terms of the humor that they go for and they try to reach for in this film. I don't remember a film being this awkward in a long time, especially in the comedy department. So, yeah, this is one that I won't soon forget, that's for sure. Number 2, another Christmas movie, Black Christmas. I wanted to love this movie. Did I really want to love this movie? Probably not. I knew what I was getting myself into when I saw the first trailer. The fact that they were going PG-13, the fact that this movie was basically about how white men suck, which I don't really appreciate. I can have a fun time with that idea and with that concept, but you gotta give me something better than this. This movie is all a preach message to you. That's all it is. There is no actual movie within this. This is just, we're gonna tell you that white men suck and we're gonna give you all the reasons why they suck. The entire time you're watching this film, you feel awkward, but not only that, you feel like this movie doesn't understand what a movie is, what you have to have in a movie, because this movie is a message. That's all it is. And the fact that they completely negate their entire message at the end of the film is ridiculous. Freaking hate it. I will never watch this movie again. This movie can die in the burning pits of hell for all I care, because this movie sucks. Number 1. All right, the worst film of 2019. Easily. This is not even a movie, though. It's Laquisha. Oh, I cannot believe I watched this movie. I don't even want to call it a movie. What is this thing? I don't even know. It's this guy who made a movie by himself. He put the money in, put it up on Amazon for people to watch. It's a comedy about this guy who wants to become a radio DJ, but the company wants a minority and a woman. And so what does he decide to do? He decides to pretend to be a black woman named Laquisha and have his own radio show. This movie's horrible. The concept is terrible. This is disgusting, the fact that this guy would make a movie about this. And not only that, this movie is horrendous to watch. This is literally if The Room was not entertaining, because this movie sucks. I hate it. This movie can die, and I freaking just, this guy should never make a movie again. I'm sorry. You suck, man, at making movies. Why don't you just do something else? Because you're horrible at making films, obviously. And I understand people want to have their own creativity, have their own projects, and for this guy to be like, you know, I want to go out and make my own movie. I understand that. I honor that. I want to do the same thing. But oh my gosh, dude, do not make something like this. This movie is painful. Don't watch this film ever in your freaking life, okay? I would rather like watch Black Christmas on repeat for the rest of my life than watch this pile of garbage one more time. It's horrible. It's forever stained in my mind. Anyway, guys, those are the 10 worst films of 2019. Let me know your guys' list down below in the comment section of the video. Make sure you guys drop a like on the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to my channel for more content just like this. And look out, because my best films of 2019 is coming your way very soon. Anyway, guys, I will see you in my next video. Goodbye.